So let's kind of get into what you know, the ideas that you have that you're putting on t-shirts and all of your products. It's no secret kind of where you guys stand on the political spectrum, but and what you put out there. Have you kind of walk me through, have you ever offended anyone? Are you offending everyone? So that's how, hey, I know I'm doing my job well because I'm offending everyone. Yeah. So just kind of walk me through hate mail or people storming into your store or something like that with upset, you know, something that you put out there.
I mean, one of the interesting things about like modern times is that anybody who has been on the internet knows that somebody is upset about something all the time. Mm-hmm. And we'll often now put out things and are like, I wonder who is going to be upset by this for whatever reason. Because it's almost to the point where the stuff that you think somebody would get fired up and upset about just kind of like vanishes in thin air. And stuff that you think is like inconsequential, just you've like wandered into like a buzzsaw of outrage, and it's at a certain time annoying, but also kind of fun to see how it works. So we get a lot involved in a lot of neighborhood projects, and by far the most contentious of the last several years has been protected bike lanes on Grand Avenue. I mean, you know, the news will post like RAYGUN for protected bike lanes on Grand Avenue, and it's just a 7-block stretch. It's not like the whole city, and it'll be just like a stream of comments, like more comments about, you know, the tax incentives for Apple, more comments than the Syrian civil war. It is, and so you never really know what is going to get any one person fired up, especially when you're in the business of humor. You know, a good comedian should always be able to like tear themselves down first before anybody else. And so there are some things where no matter how you feel about one issue or another, if there's a good comedic angle, you can almost not resist taking it.
Sure. Has there been, you know, legal ramifications, financial ramifications that make you think twice, or no? You just say,
well, often, I mean, we think if we have a good angle for it, if it's not mean-spirited, like humor should be up, not down. So, you know, targeting the federal government and the Secret Service, they're obviously a lot bigger than us. You don't want to be, you know, unkind to somebody that you would consider is like an easier target. So I think if we have an angle for things, we're fine with it. There are, you know, probably plenty of people who dislike the store for stances we've taken. But we have often said, it's like, you know, I was born in a hospital like 6 blocks from Des Moines, or 6 blocks from the store. Have been in Iowa like my entire life. We may take some stances that you don't agree with, but we are like community, neighborhood, like oriented to the hilt. And if you ever had an issue with the community or neighborhood, we would like to think we would be people you would want on your side, because we are in it for more than like just the money of it, or more than just the growth of it. We like the project because of the project and what it does. And I would like to think that it is the greatest like compliment in the world when people have friends of theirs who are visiting town and they want to show them like the best of what their town has to offer, and will like bring them in here. Because as somebody who has like grown up in Iowa, I feel like I've gotten so much from the place I've grown up in that it is like nice to have something that kind of represents like the state well. And there may be some people who dispute whether we represent the state well, but I think most people would agree that we at least, you know, put creativity into the store in general and try to, you know, better the communities we're in.
Well, perfect. Well, listen, Mike, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today. It's been fascinating to watch you grow from the, you know, from the guy at Penn State selling T-shirts to, you know, to the East Village, and now kind of, you know, opening several locations out here in the Midwest. I know that my friends, you know, we're huge advocates for what you do, especially from a neighborhood perspective, like you touched on. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.